All right, Par. Let's be real. When was the last time we actually saw this character in the story? I don't even know who he is.
It's been a minute, you know. When you think of admirals, who when you say admiral, who comes up first in your mind?
I'd say Kizaru just because we last saw him, but usually it's a Kainu, I'd
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, usually a Kainu, but technically he's like fleet admiral. He doesn't really count in
Yeah.
the three anymore, so he graduated. Um, yeah, Fujitora. Someone I forgot. Maybe it was last chapter. I don't know. Someone brought him up, and I almost forgot his name. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Yeah, I made the joke. I was like, guys, like, we got a brand new character in the story. Who is this man? Is this somebody's OC?
It's crazy too because he has like one of the most absurd powers. Like
It's so
he's
good.
up there with Enel. You know, he's up there with like space, time, gravity. You know, like this dude changes like a lot. And I mean, it makes no sense that is able to get all the meteorites, but if we get space piece, then he's definitely got a role there, you
He's got
know?
to join the crew.
Yeah, yeah. He's like that character that like is on the enemy side, but when it comes to that last fight, they tag in for the final hit. And they're just like, we don't have enough power. Where can we get it? And then Fujitora just like,
Mm.
almighty push. And then it's, you know, I couldn't think of what his move
Nah,
set
he
is
hits
because
your
I
ass
could.
with "Allow me to assist," and then he does that stupid
Yeah,
pose where
yeah,
he's like, "Oh, yeah."
yeah.
It's a good pose.
He
I
hits
don't
us with
want to make
that.
fun of it.
It doesn't look like you need help, but it sounds like it. And because he's blind, you know?
Yeah. Ooh, and then he hits you with the "Ooh,
Yeah.
you guys must look really nice if I wasn't blind."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
wonder what you look like.
Why are we making him sound so stupid?
I mean,
I feel like
he
every time we
these are
say something about
lines.
Fujitora, he loses aura.
Nah, nah. But he, you know, next time he shows up, I think he's gonna have like an aura farming session for sure. Cause he kind of when his first showing, it was against Doflamingo and Law, right? And that was
Yeah,
kind of sick.
it was really
That was
good.
definitely sick. But that was Dressrosa animation, you know what I'm saying? Now we bring him back with the modern One Piece animation. We're gonna get all those lines. He's gonna start distorting the frames. Oh my god, it's gonna be insane. They're
Yeah.
gonna do,
Ooh.
and then the sound effects.
And we still don't know his backstory. So what they should do, they should hide his backstory in the impact frame, so we get like a glimpse of it, right?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Give us like a
yeah.
little teaser. Come on.
How many impact frames can we go up to? Can we go up to 60? Because we could get a full back.
You could
Put
go
the
really
cover
high.
pages into the impact frames. Just
Yeah. You know,
that'd be
if anybody's wondering
crazy.
what I'm thinking about, like it's like when Garp is fighting Kuzan, and there's like a little impact frame where they're like holding hands like that. It's like we need that, but for like Fujitora's entire backstory.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dang. I mean, his back. I mean, you mean his like actual backstory, not the one like him joining the Marines and like
Oh
being
no,
a
no, yeah,
part
his
of.
actual backstory, like him losing his eyes. You know, what did he
Yeah.
witness? The rebellion. Because we got like a glimpse of his backstory in an SBS, but Oda was like vague enough to where it's like, okay, like we might still get this in the story? Question mark. I'm cool with that.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. He's these cover pages are kind of like they're getting teasing. Like it's like we're amping up the level of character that we're getting as we go on. We finally hit admiral level character in the cover story, and this is off of remember the Bon Clay, Emu, Luffy, the swans with the hats.
Yeah,
And
that was
I know
good.
some people have been like, hey, that stuff, like, because the Joy Boy Emu panel where they're like buddy buddy and those two swans are like swanning it up. So it's like, I wonder if there's more to this. Or what are these, the Fox and Tanuki? Maybe that's supposed to be Emu and Joy Boy too. Maybe they were palling around like that.
Or it could be a hint at who he's going to fight next. Like maybe he's going to Wano. Because last we saw this
Oh.
Fox and Tanuki, it was with a color spread. It was like the orange one with like the straw hats and an autumn fest. And Yamato was there too.
Oh.
So maybe
Yeah,
Fujitora is
yeah,
going to
yeah.
Wano. You know, maybe he's going to go there, kill everybody.
Oh yeah, that's what's
And
gonna
just
happen.
yeah, Fujitora, the man notorious for slaughter, he's gonna show them no mercy.
Maybe he needs his supreme grade blade polished.
Yeah, because he does have one. It's called like Yakuza Kaisen, right? Something like that.
Yeah, it has Yakuza in it. I know
Yeah, it's
that
named
part.
after a movie, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah. Just the drop that he has a supreme grade blade in an SBS is like, oh, okay, cool.
Dude, Roxy's a Beck didn't even get that, by the way. Rox, he was like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, Rox's sword is named Eclipse. Peace out. It's like, wait, oh, is it supreme grade? He just walks away. It's like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fujitora got that respect there. I mean, last time we heard of Fujitora was actually just SBSs. Like, he showed up twice in the SBS before we've actually seen him in the story again. It's been, I think, almost 3 years since we've seen him.
Oh wow, yeah, the Reverie stuff was 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute, dude.
Wow.
I miss him.
I have no idea what Oda is gonna do because he's just so like he's obviously antagonistic to the Navy, but he's like on the Navy side and he wants to change things. And it's like a weird position. Like what would he have done on Egghead, right? Like
yeah.
Like he would have done
exactly the same as Kizaru. Like he fights, but he doesn't really fight too hard. He's like,
yeah.
Love my job.
It's a weird one.
Don't love my job.
Yeah. Green Bull's the only admiral like Kizaru's still gonna do stuff, but I think after the Vega Punk speech, it kind of changed. It's probably changed him. Kind of like what Ohara was for a lot of characters, right? For Kuzan, Ohara was a huge changing inflection point in his character. So maybe Egghead like that with Kizaru. Kizaru's a little lost. So now all we have is Green Bull as far as antagonist goes. But like he's just, it's kind of interesting. I'm not gonna say
Green Bull, he could change sides easily if Akainu says so. Like the thing is, one of the main things is he's like, oh, like I want to get praised by Akainu. It's like, all right, like Oda kind of opened up a way where if Akainu says, hey, F the Navy, F the world government, I don't want to follow these guys anymore, Green Bull would like literally just follow Akainu. Like that's just one of the things. It's like, yeah, Green Bull's not like a good guy, but we know where his allegiances fall. So we can get Green Bull on like the good side if Akainu simply ditches the world government, which I think could happen.
You know what's funny?
What's up?
I just like remembered that the introduction to Green Bull was him eating with Fujitora at the Reverie. And that was such an interesting conversation because like some of it didn't end up like, I don't know, it was like weird. He was fasting, right? I think. And like that didn't really mean much, or like we don't know what that meant or if it was relevant to anything.
It teased his devil fruit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why a lot of people thought beforehand he had like a forest devil fruit, and it turned out to be true. And it was based off of that fasting line alone.
Yeah, it's an interesting. I mean, the green part, I feel like
too
carries a lot of the.
It was the green thing plus the fasting.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, how does he not eat for all these years? Well, if he has like a plant devil fruit or remember, he was the original forest god, like, guy that people had. Yeah. So it's like, I mean,
but like if he was Blue Bull and then the fasting, then people would be like, oh, he just drinks water. You wouldn't go to
be like
forest.
the water no me.
Yeah. So, but they were eating together, discussing like how Fujitora's antagonistic. Like he just spoke to Vega Punk too.
Yeah.
About the Seraphims, I think, with Fujitora, and then because there was a replacement for the Warlords. And then right after that is they start fighting, right? Because the Revs start wreaking havoc, and then Fujitora and Green Bull kind of counter each other, and a little bit in a way.
Well, yeah, it's just annoyed.
Yeah, just.
It's like the same thing that Zoro and Sanji would probably do. They're like, okay, come on, man, you're getting in my way.
Mm-hmm,
it's like playful
except
banter.
Fujitora was like legitimately throwing because he was just gonna nuke the whole place with the meteor.
Fujitora wanted to nuke the whole place, and plus he also didn't mind the slaves escaping. But I think like to a certain extent, Green Bull didn't care either, because like people are like, oh, Green Bull loves the celestial dragons, and I was like, I don't know, man. He seemed pretty annoyed by them when they were like, hey, Green Bull, what are you doing, man? So it's I don't know. It's like a weird love-hate, and I don't think he likes celestial dragons per se. I think he likes the order of the world more than them. That's what
Yeah.
I got from Wano.
Fujitora was like just itching for a chance to just take the Celestials off the map. He's like,
Yeah,
finally.
Fujitora is definitely different there.
Yeah, yeah. That's when he took. That was probably the most serious. And then Green Bull was like, "Oh my God, this guy is crazy!"
Yeah.
Like,
It's so
damn.
funny, man. I miss Fujitora. I mean, I'm afraid that the next time we see him, he's just gonna be like a hype tool. Like I am genuinely afraid we're gonna see him, and it's like, oh, by the way, he lost to Mihawk, which I know sounds like agenda slanderous, but I mean, Cross Guild is a threat right now. We know Sengoku talked about maybe getting rid of them, and it's like we don't know where these admirals are. If they did send one to Cross Guild, it would probably be Fujitora. Because Green Bull, he just got Weevil and King and Queen. Kizaru just was at Egghead. Like, Fujitora must be somewhere. Like, if it's with Cross Guild, I'm afraid he might just be like a hype tool for one of those characters or just the guild in general, which, as long as they make him look good, I think that's all I care about.
What if Mihawk
There's a
hits
way.
us with the line was this, he goes, "The man closest to me finally
That'd be
arrives."
cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Another supreme grade blade, huh? Like, there are
yeah,
really good ways to hype up Fujitora with him losing at the same time. So I'm down with it.
yeah.
Just
With
make him look
Vista,
good.
it's like the guy who's on my level according to that magazine or whatever it was, and
Yeah,
like,
that's
or who
awful.
can see Mihawk's level, and they even clash. But if we swap him out and we put Fujitora there, it's not that bad. It's an admiral, you know what I mean? An admiral swordsman. If there was anybody, and Mihawk is anti-navy in his, like, you know, the SBS and stuff like that. So like him having a swordsman on the navy side be a, like, not a rival per se, but like you know,
A serious
someone
opponent.
he, yeah, could make sense. And Fujitora is literally one of the only ones to do that, you know, unless we like included Bogard, but we're not doing that, so it's fine. I mean, neither is the popularity poll, but anyways, the Fujitora, yeah, I am worried about the hype tool possibility. It's like it could be possible, but I hope Oda doesn't do that because that's what he did with Green Bull, essentially, right? Hype used him for
Yeah.
Shanks, so
Oh man. Like, yeah. Green Bull came in with a lot of sauce, saying, I'm gonna take down Luffy, Law, Kid, everybody here in Wano. And then he got stalled by Yamato, which, you know, fair.
not bad.
Then he, like, you know, just ran away from Shanks, which I get it. Like, I mean, the thing is, you know, I think people give him a lot of shit for that, but it's like, yo, it's genuinely like they just added an entire Yonko crew on top of the Yonko crew already in Wano. It's like, it's fair.
Yeah.
He should have brought like some boys with them. If he had like Momonga or I don't know, Shatone or Momosagi or somebody with them, I'd be like, oh yeah, maybe he fights it. But
I just want to know what would be like if Green Bull pushed Shanks just a little bit more. What would Shanks have done realistically? You know what I mean? Because yeah, there's like the hockey deterrence that Shanks used, but like let's say Green Bull decided to resist it, like because it seemed like he got, you know, I'm not gonna say like caught off guard or whatever, but he got hit by it. However it affected him. But let's say if he was actually trying to challenge him, I'm sure he could stand up to the hockey. I doubt he's worse than Kid, who wouldn't be able to like even tolerate the hockey. But let's say he's like, no, right? Does Shanks just like go up the mountain and sail over? Because by then, Green Bull could wreak a lot of havoc, right? It's like Green Bull had a lot. It's like getting a phone call, a threatening phone call. It's like, okay, well, you're not here, so what are you gonna do about it, you know? And it's like, does Shanks just like TP
I
in?
don't
Does he
know,
just
bro. He
teleport?
TP's in. You saw how fast Shanks was, man? Like when he was
Yeah,
attacking
yeah.
Kid, he literally flew in like Superman. I would have want to test that one.
No, but Green Bull's a character who, because like Kid, I don't think he should have tested it because we know Kid, right? But Green Bull's like, hey, how about we talk? How we face me man to man or something like that? But like he probably knows, he's like, oh, if you feel his hockey, that means he's already like on your neck. Like that to me is the most interesting part, that he took the threats that seriously. When in reality, it's like, it would take him a long time to get to you, right? Like realistically, he's not just right there, or is he? Does Greenville know that like if he taps you with this hockey, that means you're in range? Is that what that means? Like sometimes these admirals, they're I don't know, they're hiding. It's like with Kizaru and Ben Beckman, where it's like, oh, it's like, whoa. You're the light guy. You're afraid of Ben Beckman pointing the rifle at. What does that mean Ben Beckman can do? You know, and that's what that Greenville moment felt like. It's like, okay, I get Shanks is scary and I get the whole crew is there, but like, you got time. You don't have to just like recall right now, right? It's like someone from bot lane coming to top lane. It's like there's a distance there, even if they hit the TP.
It could be because he heard about what happened in Marineford. He's like, yo, like this guy, he stopped Akainu's magma punch. Akainu's my sensei. Yeah, I'm not gonna fight this dude. It's like, you know, back to the League of Legends reference. It could be like, oh, you saw your jungle who's like 10-0 get killed by the enemy jungler. You're not fighting that jungler, man. Like, let me tell you.
Yeah,
no, you get ganked. You go back. You go back.
Yeah. You lose sight of them. It's all right. It's safer to just go back to Fountain.
Yeah. God, League. I'm getting back into it, man. Slowly but surely.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of shorts of it. So right after you asked me to play League, and I was like, I'm so out of it. And then I started seeing like pro play and stuff like that. I was like, ooh, let me at home.
Yeah. Let me get back in, coach.
Yeah, some crazy stuff.
And I feel bad because it's like, you know, the first couple of games, it's like, it's not like I'm relearning League per se. It's like riding a bike, you never forget. It's more so like, I don't even know if what I'm building is meta. Like, that's what I'm afraid of. Yeah. Like, I'm building shit. I'm just like, I don't know if this is what I'm supposed to build. Like, this is from like a year ago. So I kind of feel bad, but I've been doing pretty decent. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Now that's the same thing.
Yeah.
Am I wasting gold right now?
Yeah. Do I still build, do I still buy pots? I don't know.
Yeah.
Remember the blue potions, the mana potions? Those were surprisingly like considered broken, right? So they like got rid of them.
Yeah. Those are pretty good. Then they tried to put it in Doran's ring, and Doran's ring was broken for a little bit.
Yeah, you'd build like 2 or 3 of those, which I mean, not always work, but you know, if it works though.
Yeah.
Like it's a gamble.
Good
times. All right, so next page, first page, we have Emu and Nidhogg. Loki talks about how it's hard to keep sight of him because he's so huge. And it's like, all right, like any minute now, we're going to get good old hybrid form Loki. Any minute now, he's going to come in. I'm excited for it, brother.
So I have a question.
What's up?
In this page.
You're going to ask. I already know you're going to ask it.
Okay. Did Loki shrink size?
I don't think so. I think it's inconsistency. I think it's simply size inconsistency. I think there's no good way to draw Ragnar any smaller than that without making you know, Loki look silly. I simply think it's just the paneling.
Yeah, so someone hit me. He's like, Par, you didn't even notice that Loki shrunk. And I was like, he did? And then I looked back because my reaction was shorter this week. Both the stream and the reaction was shorter. But I was like, that was the first page. Like, how would I have missed it if he shrunk? And then I look back, I'm like, yeah, I don't see it. It just looks normal to me.
I saw somebody say like, oh, but there's the shrinking sound effect. I'm like, oh, Ragnar dancing? I don't think that's it.
Oh, yeah, the Fujitora thing.
Yeah, I don't see it. I feel like I said this before. This is my cope for it as to why he's not shrinking. We One Piece fans are absolutely effing dumb. Oda treats us sometimes like we're absolutely dumb, and I think rightfully so. You know, I think we need it. I would never say, Oda, please do not treat me like I'm a toddler. And with that being said, if Loki was shrinking, he would say, I'm shrinking. Or, oh, let me get smaller. It's like how last chapter he was like, oh yeah, Emu's getting gigantified. It's I do feel like Oda would spell it out for us because we're so silly.
Yeah. To paint another picture of the dumbness that I am, at least, it's when he said and this is when TCB said it too. I was also confused. It's hard to keep him in sight when I'm so huge. And I was thinking about it. I was like, isn't it hard to keep him in sight because you're far away? Because like whether you're big or you're small, it's like, does the vision change? Like, is his vision like it? How do eyes work? And then I got confused. I was like, isn't Ragnar seeing the same thing? Like you're at the same height, same distance, and it's like I guess like they see further. I guess is that what giants do? Like they're more farsighted than humans because they're bigger. I don't know. But then I was like, wait, that would make him easier to see if he's further away. Because if I was human and I was that far away, I'd be like, oh, it's hard to keep track of him because he's so far away. It's like where Loki is. If Loki were to shrink right there, that wouldn't help to him to see Emu. Like that's why I was a little confused. Yeah, I was just like, wait, no, regardless of where your size is, he's all the way over there. You're not gonna see him. Like it's not because you're big, but yeah, going back to it, well, guys, you guys tell me if you guys genuinely think he shrunk, then I'll just take your word for it because I think maybe you guys are sometimes more tapped into the Oda vision.
Wasn't there like another SBS recently where Oda said, yeah, it's I didn't think anybody would point this out. It was the Gilbest Star one, right?
Was
it Gilbest Star? He was like, oh yeah, I didn't think anybody would notice Gilbest Star here.
I think so. Yeah,
there was some SBS. It was definitely like within the last 2 volumes where Oda was like, yeah, I didn't think fans would notice this, and it was like one of the most obvious things ever. So it's like, yeah, like Oda knows. Like we're just majority of people do not look that deep into One Piece, and I think Oda knows that. Like we're just kind of chilling. So
yeah.
I don't think he's shrinking until he says it. I'm just gonna go with size and consistency. We've seen that multiple times here in Elbaf too, where like Hyruden is bigger than Dory and Brogy. Yarul is like double the size of Dory and Brogy.
Everybody.
And it's like going by the Vivitar, like it shouldn't be like this unless they grew or shrunk or something. But it's just One Piece. At certain points, it's just hard to draw these big characters because realistically, Ragnar should be the size of Loki's horn, which I mean, you could say he kind of is. He's at least kind of close. But
yeah, it happens again later in the chapter too with Chopper and the Giants. I was like, Chopper's so big in this panel.
Like Chopper's the size of like a white bearded Kaido.
Yeah, he's massive. Maybe he just like used his chibi form and just grew up. Like, but if I was treating the Giants, maybe I would just be in Monster Point. Like, that kind of makes sense. But
maybe that's a hint that Chopper's the forest god.
Oh. Wait, wouldn't that help more? I feel like, yeah. Oh, he's the Cha-Cha, not the.
Dude, imagine the name is Tony. Like that's the name of the forest god in the past. Just Tony.
You know, realistically, Tony is so random. Like
it is.
Hiruluk is the one.
Sense. Oh, you can chop down trees. I'm gonna name you Tony Chopper. What?
Can you look into that? Like, Tony, guys, is that the onomatopoeia for a tree falling down in a forest or something? Because if Tony is onomatopoeia for a thing, then I'm fully on board with this. If we find that out. If Chopper's name...
I see. It's Japanese. Tonakai is the word for reindeer. So that's why he's Tony, Tonakai, Chopper.
Rain
Deer.
Maybe he's a disciple of Zaza.
Oh my god.
Rain.
I didn't know that.
Even
Tonakai.
Yeah, actually.
Fascinating.
Yeah. Huh. That kind of...
Learn something new, man.
Shout-outs to Hiruluk.
Yeah, shouts to Hiruluk. He knew Japanese and English. Jeez. My guy.
On the spot, he came up with a pretty good name. That guy, he had a way with words. Like, the speech was beyond him, and the name, that was a class act. That was a good one.
I'm gonna say it. We shouldn't have forgotten him. Tony should remember Dr. Hiruluk, man. Like, well, why did Chopper let his legacy die, bro?
Oda's gonna hit us with it's gonna feel like Bogard. It's gonna feel like that, where in the next chapter, Chopper's gonna remember like stuff that Luke and him did, and we're gonna look at that and be like, no way did Oda just drop a Luke chapter after we just called his ass out on it, you know? That'd be so crazy if we get a Luke like, I remember stitching up fingers just like when Luke taught me, and it's like, what?
Just an offline, just it feels like unnatural even. It's like, huh?
Yeah.
What?
Oda's gonna be like, you know what? You're right. I haven't mentioned Luke in mad long.
It has been 10 years. So, with Chopper being the forest god, do you still like that theory?
It's a...
Because nothing's changed in that front. Nothing has changed. It's just a matter of, like, you know, a passage of time. Now that it's been, like, 4, 5-ish weeks, do you still like forest god Chopper?
I think the only thing that has changed is this chapter revealing the Zaza part.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know what the, like, because then it's like we need a sound effect. That's what it would lock me in. That, and someone said that on my recent video too. They're like, with Earth God and Forest God, I'm gonna be looking for, you know, the
sound effect.
Yeah, the sound effects. So once we get that, and we have it for 2, we have it for Nika and we have it for Zaza. So it's like, if we get that, if we have Forest God, now the strongest component for me, if you have a theory on it, is that sound effect. If you can, that's why I was like Tony, like that would be really crazy, or Cha-Cha for Chopper. But obviously, you know what's funny? I actually looked it up, and apparently the sound effect in Japanese for a forest is Zaza. Oh. That's the sound, that it makes when wind goes through the leaves. Zaza is the same sound effect. So it's a different Zaza, but it's the same effect, I guess. Like in a way, you'd use it, I think, a different SFX. But
I saw people saying that like it could be Sawa, like it's a very similar sound effect for trees. Another one would be like, I mean, this is like a silly one, but Mosa. Because the Mosa is a sound effect of something growing, which is why we have that guy from film Strong World, right? No, Film Z. He has the Mosa no Mi, and it was things growing. It was like vines, grass, yada yada.
Which we thought was for Green Bull, but...
Yeah. Huh. I mean, so maybe this is Oda's way of introducing Mosa as the forest god, which, you know, would take Chopper's one significant plot point in the story away, but I'm cool with it, you know? Loki knew the forest god this entire time.
Yeah. And, I mean, that would be interesting. I was thinking Chopper again. He does grow in size. Like, that's kind of interesting.
I mean, Chopper looks like a forest god.
Wouldn't Biblo be really good then?
Yeah, but nobody likes Biblo like that. Because I feel like when you think about
like they said like that
forest god candidates, it has to be a character that people want to be the forest god. It's got to have the beliefs of the people within them. I don't think anybody likes Biblo like that.
I think people like Ragnar like that though. Like he has the aura and motion to take on a title. I mean, he has Ratatusker, but if we just said he was like ice god, it's like, okay, cool. I mean, technically he kind of is, but point is that I get what you mean. Biblo, between Ragnar and Biblo, there's a ocean of aura right now, at least. Biblo's sus for other reasons. It's funny, as soon as Biblo came into the chapter, people were like, Ange? And I'm like,
where's Ange coming from?
I don't know. It's like a 6-7 twitch. I feel like anytime there's sus, like I said the word sus, like, and then people are like Ange, and I'm like, oh my god, there's no Ange on screen, guys. Stop. Sai has you brain rotted. It's crazy.
Nah, it's funny. Ange is in this chapter. She's in the panel where the kids are getting like abducted by Zaza, and people were like, "Yo, like, how does Killingham know where the kids are? Did Ange tell her?" And I was like, yo, that's I don't know, man. Maybe
that's a good one.
Kind of cooking. Yeah, Ange has like a tracking device so that Killingham can always find her.
Yeah. So speaking of Ange and Trader Rising,
bring it up.
Yeah. So Nidhogg used to be chummy with Emu. It seemed like
potentially, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think like it? See, like you could either get a lot of meaning from this or no meaning from this, and no meaning. Okay, yeah. See, like that's the no meaning part is like was everyone just a traitor to Emu? Wouldn't that have made sense too? Like if the ancient king like cuz a lot of us I guess the meaning would be like Emu was friends with the people that like Joy Boy and which we got from last chapter Nidhogg, Ratatoskr, they were all friends and everybody betrayed Emu from their perspective. That could make sense, right? That's like the least amount of meaning, but I guess the meaningful part would be that Nidhogg was on the Celestial Dragon side and then detracted or defected. So like, but I don't know what that would look like either. So I don't know what it means for a dragon to betray either, to be a traitor. Like it's a dragon, you know. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's just tough because like Emu's reaction here to Nidhogg being a traitor is very different than when he remembered Joy Boy, which
Yeah.
when it comes to Joy Boy, Emu was like fucking pissed. Here he's like, "Oh,
Hmm.
you traitor," and he's like smiling, kind of poking fun at him, and it's like, I don't know, man. There is a chance where it's like the word traitor, because we don't know like whose side Nidhogg was on. Did he betray Emu? Did he betray Joy Boy? We don't really know. It's hard for me to find a lot of meaning in this line because it tells us something, but it doesn't like paint the full picture. So honestly, you can fire from any angle you want, and
Yeah.
that's the tough part. Like I said, Oda, please, you got to spell it out for us, man. What's happening here? He's being vague.
Something I did think about though, and I've been thinking about it more and more ever since we got Nidhogg, is like the whole Celestial Dragon title, like dragon, like there are descendants of a god, descendants of a dragon, and the reason why I question that is because their symbol is literally the hoof of a dragon and the foot of a dragon, and it's kind of weird because it's like which dragon? Where like we have Nidhogg and it's not him. So is it like another dragon that we're gonna get, and that dragon has like this weird foot, and then you guys decide to make the symbol the foot of that dragon? Like what's important about that dragon? It's all kind of really interesting. And then so that's also something I was thinking about too. It's like, okay, they are called celestial dragons, and is Nidhogg supposed to be their symbol and the symbol betrayed them? Is that what it is? Like it's kind of confusing.
Or
Um
maybe Emu and Nidhogg were friends all the way, but now Emu considers Nidhogg a traitor because Loki has the fruit and it's here in Elbaf.
oh
And he's simply
yeah,
referring
that'd
to
be
Loki being a traitor current day and not in the past.
oh, but that would also I feel like that would line up with the whole emus being taken over by a will idea, because that was another thing I was thinking about,
Mm-hmm.
is that technically emu shouldn't know the real Nidhogg. Emu should know the Void Sentry version, which would be a devil fruit user, which would mean that someone ate the devil fruit then, unless Nidhogg was alive up until that point, like the real Nidhogg, not the devil fruit.
Yeah. Also, another thing that's interesting too is that, going down to when Emu talks to Ragnar, he's like, "Oh man, your affinity for one another was always good, always great."
Hmm.
So it implies that,
Yeah.
Ragnar and Nidhogg worked in the past as well. But then he
Yeah.
says, "So thou stayed as thou were in days past, waiting for a new master to come along." So it seems like Emu has
True.
like witnessed like multiple cycles of Ragnar's partners go by. So this isn't like the first time he's met Ragnar, right? It's not the second. It's probably like the third or fourth time. So it's like, huh, weird.
Yeah. And this chapter confirms that it is the squirrel fruit, which we
Yes.
already kind of knew through process of elimination plus the sea stone. But I remember having to explain it a few times on stream that the only thing that made sense is that he's a hammer that ate the squirrel fruit, which is why the squirrel doesn't remember emu because it's his devil fruit. But like in that regard, emu's talking to Ragnar as if Ragnar is like a person too. But Ragnar's in the same boat as a Loki in a lot of ways, because it's not like the hammer is giving the memories. You know what I mean? So I mean, technically, the hammer should be giving the memories. Like this is the hammer's sentience in the squirrel, because it's not like it's awakened either. It's not like the will of the Zoan has taken over. But that now, man, now it's interesting because like if Loki were to awaken, what would happen then? Would Nidhogg like be like, "Ah, you dirty rat emu! I finally can get my hands around your neck." And like, would Nidhogg crash out? Like, I don't even know. It'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah, we need
But yeah,
Nidhogg to like come in and say things too. Like, I wish Nidhogg took over and was like, "Hey, Loki, pass me the mic. I gotta talk to this guy."
yeah. He's sullying the fruit or whatever, the power. And it's like that's where it's also interesting. Like Emu shouldn't be from like Nika's era, right? Because Emu's Void Century, Ancient Kingdom, that era. But Nika's probably from before that, like First World stuff. So it's kind of like, where is this so thou stayed as thou were in days past waiting for a new master? Like, did Emu just hear the stories of Ragnar, or does like you said, is it a personal thing? Because even with Emu, the whole like, Nidhogg, so you were on Elbaf all this time. It's like, brother, what do you mean? Where else would he have gone? And then even Loki was just like, yeah, I mean, I'm a giant. Elbaf is land of giants. Like, where do you live in reality or whatever it was? Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of down
Where would
here
I
in
be
the
but
real
here?
world. Yeah. The translation was interesting.
Yeah, the Viz translation is always so funny, brother. Which I mean,
Mhm,
I guess we're
mhm.
gonna get to here in 1 second because, in TCB and I should say in the Raws, Emu calls this attack Zitmatul, which I'm definitely
Yes.
mispronouncing. It is an Aztec demon goddess skeletal. Nova Eclipse. All one attack name right there. But Stephen Paul says, you know what? I can't fucking pronounce that. Let me just. Stephen Paul says, yo, I cannot spell that shit, man. Spanish. I know Japanese.
That's
So
not
he
Spanish
said, I am
either.
writing that shit out of here. It is gone. Nah,
You
dude.
said
Steven,
Spanish.
I did. Stephen Paul said, nope, not my job. Get a different translator for that. And he just erased it and put gazing
Yeah,
eclipse instead.
yeah,
Insane.
yeah. I don't even know if I want to read it gazing. I was just like, at this point, he's just probably thinking it's a sound effect. He probably saw zit mill and was just like,
Dude, no,
he's
dead
just saying
ass.
gazing,
Yeah.
gazing eclipse.
Yeah, it's like an old man. Bingo. It's like, yo,
Yeah,
what did
that's
Stephen Paul think when he wrote this up? Like, why did he erase that? Like, he's done this before. This isn't the first time in Elbaf where Stephen Paul has changed the name of an attack. Like, it happened with Saul's attack.
yeah.
It happened
Saul's.
during like I believe like the King Harold fight. Like, Stephen Paul loves changing shit, man. It's for the fun of the game. I believe it is. It's like when he changed like what, the Knights of God. He changed the English to Holy Knights of God just to fit like the holy thing that he's been doing. It's
Yeah.
so funny, bro. I just don't know.
This is one of the ones where when I saw the Aztec writing, that completely greenlit a video on the spot, drop one word. Like, it is so impactful. I even watched Jay's reaction because he reacted today, because Mother's Day yesterday. And he's reading the Viz and he gets to the end of the chapter and he's like, oh, like, I'm getting Aztec vibes. And he was saying that from Zaza. And I was mind blown because he didn't have the zit middle. And I'm like, what? How did he? Like, in a way, he's right. The Zaza has some aspects that reminded me of the Aztec stuff. Because again, for that video, I did a lot of research, but I didn't put it on like full script writing yet. But the main thing is that that single word from Emu was so much. It moved so much, like from Shandora to Shangara, like all those things connecting. And the Viz readers won't have that. They'll have Gazing Eclipse. They'll have the number one villain in One Piece.
I like how we
Their
call it
move.
gazing. You said gazing.
I'm not. Gazing
Gazing!
Eclipse is worse. Gazing Eclipse. Like, stop. I'd rather him.
Oh, he called it gazing because it's the eyes. I just put that together. Sorry. I mean, Nova Eclipse is like because they're like fire bombs coming from the sky. I was like, oh, that makes sense. And it's funny because like somebody mentioned the eclipse attack. They're like, oh yeah, Zed Matol also is often associated with an eclipse. So from the spoilers, that alone, somebody said, oh yeah, it's probably gonna be like this eclipse. I was like, oh wow, that's really cool. They picked it up before any Raws came out. And then seeing that he changed it to gazing is just hilarious.
Yeah.
It's
like
still
I
so
just
funny, man. I love it.
It has less aura, I feel like, when the dub or not dub, but like, yeah, imagine when the dub gets here and you get gazing.
They're not going to do that. The dub has shown many times that they do not follow Stephen Paul.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
So do you think they're going to go Zitsamil?
Yes. They will say Zitsamil. Like, the thing is, the anime does their own thing when it comes to translations. They follow the Japanese, like, anime dub more often than like the Viz. Like they like that's why when people say like, oh, but the Viz is official, brother, the anime dub in English doesn't even use the Viz. Like that's not really a thing.
That's awesome. I love that. That does. Now I'm waiting for the dub now because I want to hear the voice actor go nuts on that.
Oh yeah,
because that will sound cool.
Do tricks on it, man.
do like. I mean, the other one that's questionable is Ragna Quint Arrow. Regardless of the translation, I'm like, there's more than like. Am I wrong? There's more than 5.
But he can't count.
What does that mean? Okay, all right. Dragons can't count. Confirmed.
No, giants can't count.
Oh, okay. He was stuck to a tree. What do we expect, right? He didn't go to school. You know?
Exactly.
But the main thing that is interesting is Ragnar is doing a Kamehameha, right? He's like straight energy. He's holding up his hands, right? For that beam?
He's shooting out good old an ice blast. I was about to say ice beam, but that's not exactly right.
Dude,
yeah.
I did not think that he's out here just like magician, like, you know, just straight fire blast, or not fire blast, ice beam. Like, I thought it was gonna be more Pokemon, like he opens up his mouth, shoots out ice beam. Like, this is crazy. He's like, I ain't no damn Pokemon, and then he just uses his hands. It's crazy. I think that
glad
it's
this is the
probably
case,
Pokemon's
though.
fault.
To be fair, like dude,
yeah.
Like if he was like opening his mouth and shooting it out, I just feel like it would look a little bit silly. Like this
it would
is
be Pokemon coded. Like I think that's what it is. I was so Pokemon brained with animal like creatures with like I'm thinking that he does it from his ears or he wags his tail and then the tail shoots it. No, it's just he has hands. Why isn't he using his hands? And it's like, oh yeah, you're right. That just makes sense too, I guess. He's a bipedal squirrel. And he could just use his hands. That makes so much sense. But yeah. And then,
but also, you gotta remember that this is technically a hammer we're talking about. So
true.
Maybe he's just not used to having a mouth. It's still like alien to him. Like imagine you go into your zone form and all of a sudden you have a tail. It's like, whoa, like do you know how to use the tail already? Like, would you even want to use the tail? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, he's just a hammer.
Yeah.
So what would a hammer? Oh, so this hammer. You know what? We keep on saying Ragnar's cute. This is a cute ass hammer.
It's like, a cute hammer. And by the way, one big thing too is that Emu doesn't call him Ratatoskr. He calls him Ragnar. So he knows that he's a hammer.
Yeah, true. In a second, he's like, Hammer! It's nice to see you again.
Yeah. Do you ever like walk into your tool shed or anything and you're like, chainsaw, screwdriver, yes.
Yo, I didn't even realize he's straight up. He's just, I mean, so does Loki. He does that too, but you know, it's kind of funny. He's just like, Hammer, nice. It's been a long time. Wait, so Ragnar, so thou stayed as thou were in days past.
As a hammer. Yep.
Yeah,
again, so the mystery behind like what Emu does and doesn't know, like the timeline of Ragnar eating the fruit and like the different masters, like we're getting a lot, but it's just like nothing connects exactly yet. So it's hard to speculate, man. I know. I went down this rabbit hole where it's like, oh, so this means Emu knows this, but it could be this, but it's, yeah. We need to see like a better glimpse at this. We need to talk to Ragnar, man. Like we need more than the gek.
Yeah, which that's what I was gonna bring up is that's the funny sound effect that he does. That's just like nuts, or not nuts. Like it's what isn't it? No. His pun.
You're thinking about Kuririri.
Yeah. Oh, so he does that afterwards.
This is a different sound.
Okay. He does the Kuririri right after that. with the ice blast. He does that
Oh,
part.
yeah. Yeah, he says
So
geek
what does he
when
say?
he's mad, and then kuriri when he's shooting stuff.
And kuriri means nuts or chestnuts,
It's like
balls,
boobs or something.
something like that. Yes, he's just like boobs. That's so funny.
Yeah,
He's
it's
making the
either
sound
boobs
effect.
or clit. It's one of those.
One of those, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
it's been a
I thought it
while.
was a both like either or, and he was saying it, but wait. So, Han, this is interesting. So talking to the hammer and saying like the hammer was waiting for a master, or is he
I think he
talking to
was talking to
Ratatoskr?
Ratatoskr.
Okay, and he's just calling him the hammer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I understand the rabbit hole now. I understand it.
Yeah,
I
it's a rabbit
understand.
hole of
Okay.
endless theories where it ends up being like the Ouroboros. You're just eating yourself because it's like you're just gonna go in a
Yeah.
loop when it comes to these theories. Like there's a lot of good ideas, and I it's fine to spitball, but it's more so like there's not like an actual answer here.
Yeah.
It's
So thou
endless.
stayed as thou were in days past is also interesting because it's like so there was an option like so he needs a master too.
Yeah, it sounds
It's
like it,
very
right? It sounds
interesting.
like there's an option for Ratatoskr to leave Ragnir, or if maybe they died. That's what he's insinuating.
Yeah. Hmm. Interesting.
Exactly.
Interesting. Yeah.
Nice.
So back to
So
gazing eclipse.
Gazing. We see a lot of black Maki fireballs falling from the sky. One of them hits Loki. And then we cut on over to Bonnie and Lilith. They're watching the fight go down. And Bonnie says, yo, I'm not going to fight that, man. No
Yeah.
thanks. Makes sense.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good.
Thank you.
Do not fight that, Bonnie. Please.
Yeah, Kuma would be upset. Kuma would have to come in. I think that's
Kuma
what
would
Kuma's
get up and
role.
stop her.
Yeah.
Not
Just
him.
paw her out. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, so Lilith goes on and says, ah, yes, who is this guy? He's clearly superior of the Holy Knights of God. Sorry, that caught me off guard. But he's not one of the five elders. In a massive organization lasting 800 years, it's only natural that power struggles will breed deeper and deeper darkness, which would mean, and then Vega Punk does the classic thing where he just stops talking.
Yeah, which I hated because it's like, do you really think the next line is that meaningful, or do you, like, does Vegapunk go, which would mean they have a king? Like, what that doesn't do much for us, you know what I'm saying? Because like we know, so like if Vegapunk goes like, so there is a king sitting on the empty throne, it's like, yeah, Vegapunk figured it out. Or what Oda's kind of insinuating is whatever Vegapunk was about to say, we don't know, which is why he blue balled us. And then I'm like, what would he insinuate from this? Like,
yeah, I saw a good theory. This is from Brago, actually. He said that the image where we see like Lilith and Vegapunk, that could be a hint at what's going on with Emu. Back to like the body possession thing. Like, because remember for the longest time, it's like, oh, like Emu took over Lily's body, yada yada. Maybe this panel here is a hint because he was about to like divulge it, but Oda doesn't want to say it. So instead, he's like showing Vegapunk and Lilith like that, which I still think has some credibility to it. The idea that Emu has been personality body hopping for the past 900 years. That's how they're immortal. I'm not like sold on it, but I think it's still pretty damn viable.
Yeah, it's interesting because
it's interesting framing.
Yeah, I mean, it also is another because then would Emu to catch on to what Brago's saying, is he saying that Emu's in a similar state as to what Vegapunk did to himself? Like, so Emu is like a clone of a larger personality?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. And so then in that realm of things, then it would be that Emu is the York of their clones, where the York kind of, you know, left the group and still has the same mentality, but has broken, you know, was overtaken by a certain thing. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I know it's because I'm watching ReZero again. There's a character in ReZero who's kind of like Orochimaru, where he survives through the ages by possessing like a younger version of his family members. So essentially, like he'll give birth or like he'll have a kid, and then when they turn of age, he just takes over their body.
Oh wow.
So it could be something like
I didn't
that
know that
too.
character.
Like, you know, it's like the whole thing, like, oh, like the Nerona family, whenever they have a kid, they just seemingly disappear, and you know, Emu just takes over. So he has like
Hmm.
untainted blood in that way. He's still a pure blood
That's
celestial.
interesting. I mean, that is kind of what I said about Loki in a weird way, where I was just like, because his eyes are like like Nidhogg's eyes. So I was like, did Nidhogg like have a kid in the past, and then he ended up like eating his own devil fruit and then becoming himself again? Like, it's kind of a weird, like Loki being born with those eyes is so weird. And I don't like, when will we get the
I
explanation
mean,
as
it's
to
like
how that was a thing?
It's like it
Yeah,
just
but she didn't
pops
eat a
up.
devil fruit for those powers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I
because
mean,
one
but
is
I mean, the thing with Loki, he was born with those eyes.
yeah, and then he ate his own eyes' fruit that has the will of his thing. Like, we don't know what the
That's
context
just
is of the
destiny,
eyes.
brother. That's just
That's
fate.
yeah. But it would be interesting if like, because Ragnar, like, it's not like Ragnar looked at his eyes like, I see you. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like Loki pulled down the eyes and showed him like, nah, I'm cool. You know, he got approved without even seeing the eyes. So like, that's where it's weird. It'd be if Oda showed us that and like Loki's bandages fell off and then Ragnar saw Loki's eyes and started like praying to him or whatever, then it would make sense. But like, it didn't seem like that. Loki still had his
Ooh.
bandages on and everything, you know?
Well, maybe there's a thing where when Ragnar clashed with Loki, Ragnar could sense what kind of eyes he had.
Uh, like it's kind of like Three-Eyed Tribe. It's like, I know you got something suspicious going on up there, you know, something like that.
Ooh, or what if the previous user of Nidhogg also wore bandages just like Loki?
Oh, that's kind of okay. Hold on, I like that one.
Yeah, so it's
That'd
like
be
a
interesting.
commonality. Yeah.
But I would
Ragnar's
also,
like, I've seen this before.
yeah,
My previous master also had bandages.
yeah, covering their eyes. Gojo, is that you? No, I'm joking. But
Could be, man.
yeah, Kakashi. Um, huh.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that.
it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see here. Next thing we got is Sanji getting up because he wants to chase after his ultimate opponent, the man standing in the way of his dreams, Saint Killingham Remo Shifu, or should I say Super Killingham. He looks at
Super.
Sanji and tells him that he's still after the kids and he's getting back to the mission, and that since Sanji is down, he doesn't actually have to do anything now. And he just says, so long, sucker. And he blasts off into outer space. Love it. Good old Killingham, man.
Yeah. Splash damage pain on Sanji right there.
Yeah, it looks like he got hit by that, right? Like blood comes out. That's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. That's you know, I can't say anything against your super Killingham agenda because hey, might be right. He's Killingham is kind of spooky. Killingham is in a spooky state.
Yeah, Killingham is in a spooky state. He's really cool, man. I still one of the best designs out there in One Piece. Until we get like the hair color, but we'll see about that. So
Yeah.
we cut over to the Owl Library. Robin and Saul run into Biblo, who we see has brought the books to an underground tunnel, a hidden passage, and it's so funny, bro. I was laughing. One, at Saul's dialogue, but also Saul is like, wait, so around the back of this library, there's a hidden tunnel? Dude, this library has been here for years. You're telling me no giant has checked behind the building? It feels like one of those, like, I don't know, man. It sounds so ridiculous to say out loud. Like, it just spawned in. Like, bro, the hidden tunnel's been there. It's not even really hidden. It's just around the back of the building.
Yeah, and didn't we talk about this in a little way? I think we talked about like, an underground passage, and we were talking about it because like, like in Avatar they had like that, like the library was kind of like that, and they had the owl and all this stuff. So we had talked about this. So I feel like this isn't that crazy of like something happening. But yeah, like he just goes, so around the back there's a hidden tunnel ending in a secret room. It's like, this is so big secret room. And it looks like it has sunlight. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like it's hidden away like with like indoor lighting. No, it literally has This is kind of like the throne room, secret room that had windows. It's like, how secret of a room could it be if it
the
has
treasury.
windows?
Yeah.
Yeah, it also had exterior windows. It's like, wait, hold
It's
on.
not super hidden, man.
Yeah, you just gotta look.
And the funniest thing is that, like, this is a giant sized doorway, by the way. Like, look, the doorway's like double the size of Saul. Like, so I don't know, man. If I see a giant hole in the wall, I don't think it's that hidden, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's just the more and more we get of the Giants' infrastructure and inner workings, the more and more I have to like agree with Sai with just like, maybe they are just a little dumb. Like, maybe there's something in there, something, messing up their noggins. Cause this is a funny one. Cause it's like one thing to be like, oh wow, it's Biblo, good. Like, it's a good thing you knew how to use the back rooms. Like, I'm surprised that you were able to do it in that time. That in and of itself is surprising. The place got on fire. You wouldn't think anyone would be able to save the thing, but it would be like the equivalent of what just happened here would be like if the O'Harans were like, oh my God, there's a lake outside. And then the world government's just like, oh my God, there's a secret lake around
hidden lake. Who could have guessed?
And you see that it's outside. Like, the lake is just outside in the open. Oh my God, they threw the books in the secret lake outside and saved all the books. It's like,
imagine that. Like, they're like, oh, they saved the books. How? Well, there was a lake. A lake? What do you mean, bro? I don't know.
How did you not see the lake? It was hidden lake. Oh, it was like indoors or underground. No, it was called the hidden lake. Like, that's all it is.
Dude.
This is the secret back room by name only. Like, it shouldn't be that secret.
Who found this, by the way? Do you think it was Saul or Robin? I think it's Robin. And then Saul's just like, wait, how'd you find this, Robin? And it's just right here.
It has to be Robin, because Robin did the same thing on O'Hara, right? She was like, she learned the entire poneglyph language by using her fruit to look underground and learning while they were doing their secret like lessons and secret meetings. And so Robin is probably like, it's, I love Saul, but it wasn't for his, like, you know what I mean? They only knew each other for like 10 days realistically, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it wasn't that long. So like Robin might be in our shoes being like, nostalgia is a hell of a thing. The more and more I get to know this guy, he's like gassing up the Harley text and it's 3 paragraphs. Robin just looks at him like, this is your Bible.
So funny. Robin's like, no. The Straw Hats are like, hey, Robin, did you want to stay here a little bit longer with Saul? We can leave you on the island if you want. And Robin's like, no, can we go? Actually, guys, can we go to the next island, man? I'm done with this Saul fellow. Fuck,
yeah, what
man.
about Saul? It's like, oh, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
He's
I'm
okay.
sure.
He doesn't need me.
I'll be better off.
Yeah. Saul's with his people, the Giants of Elbaf. It's okay.
He's better off with his kind. Robin leaves a little racist too.
Yeah, she starts hating the Giants. Like, I mean, realistically though, like, you're looking around, they have this amazing library, and Robin notices that no Giant actually goes to the library. Do you think she's just like, proving the stereotype right?
Yeah, I was just thinking like Robin acts as like a substitute teacher for the kids, and she starts teaching these kids, and she's like, God damn, these kids are dumb.
It reminds me of those videos. I don't know if you saw it. Like, it's a TikTok or YouTube short thing where this guy's like, hey, can you like read this sentence and tell me what it means? And then all the high school kids have no idea what they're reading. They can't pronounce any of the words. And one of the sentences was, I remember it exactly almost. It's like, the deity had a premonition of the impending cataclysmic event. And all the kids could not read it. They couldn't pronounce any of the words correctly. And they're like, oh, so what does it mean? It's like, I don't know. And it's like, oh,
that's
damn.
Crazy.
And then, I don't know if this is true, but a follow-up to the story is that apparently they're trying to suspend the kid who made the video because now the school is getting backlash.
That's crazy.
It's so
I mean,
funny.
to be fair, those are some like heretic. That's some heretic language. You know what I mean? Maybe it's a Bible school, so they can't like deity cat. No, wait, no, those words would be in there.
Yeah, those words would
Huh?
be there. They're just
Yeah, never
cooked.
mind.
I mean, they couldn't pronounce the
Yeah,
words either, so it's like, yeah, they're just. And then I love the comments because they're like, "This is the cataclysmic event. This is the impending doom."
yeah, yeah. The Dark Ages have arrived.
Yeah,
Dang.
I mean, it is true. I
Yeah,
think. I mean, at
Robin.
least here in America, like the average reading level is going down.
Look at Robin's face in this panel too. She's like sweating.
She
She's like,
is.
"Thank you. I thought they were all lost." And it's like maybe she's sweating because she's like, "Oh God, Saul did not know this exists."
Yeah, she's sweating because she's scared for Saul's sanity.
Yeah, yeah. It's like she knows more about Biblo than Saul. Saul also is like, because he's like, "I'm even more perplexed about you than before, Biblo." And it's like, what do you know about Biblo? Because like they didn't even know about the devil fruit part, right? Because like that was a
No, it's
Lilith.
still a theory. They
Yeah,
have
yeah.
no idea.
They don't know anything. Saul straight up doesn't know his coworkers. He just clocks in, clocks out, and that's fine and all. But certain things, it's like you didn't know your building had a basement. You know, you like didn't what's his face Harold put you in charge of all this? Like, isn't this kind of your jurisdiction? You're the king. This is where you're king, and you don't know. That's wild. It is a
Yeah, I'd
little
be.
wild.
I feel like if Harold were here,
Oh,
he'd be like, "Yo, I'm wasting my money on this guy, dude."
this is big question. I
What's
mean,
up?
I'm sure this is where people were going for. The $1 million question. Do you think Ange knows about these halls?
Ooh, you know how crazy that would be if come next chapter, Saul and Robin, they're like, "Yo, why does it seem like somebody's been staying here?"
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. And we see
oh,
Ange. Because, like, the other part of this is that the Biblo being able to take all the books is that's the fantasy of this is like there being a back room easy. There like it being vast enough to protect all the things and it being fireproof, cool, fine. But Biblo being able to take all of the books and being able to bring them here, it's kind of like we should be asking that. How did you do that? In
yeah.
Ohara, all the librarians sacrificed their lives to toss the book into a lake, and none of them decide to jump in the lake themselves. But Biblo was able to do both and survive, not even any smoke inhalation damage. Biblo's not on the ground like cuffing, puffing, nothing.
Biblo did
Biblo's
it,
fine.
man.
The books are fine. And it's like, Ange. Did Ange help? Was Ange involved? Was Ange... No, but the thing is, Ange ran all the way over to save, what's her face?
Ange is
I
at the
forgot the
village
girl's
right now,
name.
so it's not her, but
Yeah, yeah, but maybe there's a pathway to the village through here. That's mad. No, that wouldn't make sense either. The only way that would make sense is there's like a portal. Like there's some straight up just magic portal that teleports
we laugh
her.
now, but we also saw magic portals at Egghead and Elbaf, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's true. There's kind of like technically Vega Punk did teleport, so and somehow we never got that explained. By the way, he just kind of poofed and then ended up at the top. So, huh? Yeah, if there's like a Elbaf version of that, Ange, that'd be kind of crazy if Ange kept that to herself. I guess I would to a certain extent. No, I would make money off of it instead
And
of
probably
keeping it
looks
to
at it and
myself.
she's like, "Yeah, Saul ain't gonna do anything with this." Like she's not even bad. She's just like, "Yeah, I don't trust Saul with this portal, man." It's just
Yeah, maybe
God.
it's like one of those. Oh, you know what? This is a new avenue for Ange. Ange is okay. Okay, it's like a glass ceiling thing. All these years, Ange has been working her butt off on Elbaf, right? Only for this bumbling buffoon to wash up on the shore, and then he gets everything that Ange wanted. You
True.
imagine that?
Wait.
Hey, yeah,
He broke
Harold's
the
like,
glass ceiling that she couldn't. Oh, the deep
yeah,
cuts.
Ange is out here Saul's biggest op. And then she's like in his shadow this entire time, like this idiot. He doesn't know about the background. He's been here for 26 years. Oh my God. He couldn't save if the library caught on fire, he wouldn't know the first thing to do. And it's like, oh my God, that'd be kind of wild. If someone made a video about that, that'd be really
Guys,
funny.
hop on it.
Yeah. Legion disperse. No.
You know those really good Twitter animators who like draw like little scenes like, oh, like what if Luffy fought Blackbeard? Here's like Rox and Garp and Roger all fighting. We need that level of animation for Ange being a traitor.
Yeah. Animating all the versions of it. They'd be pretty convincing.
They would. Yeah, it'd be very convincing.
You know what? Speaking of convincing, this is completely unrelated, but I saw it in shorts because of the AI slop that is on shorts. I don't know if one of them perpetuated this, but there's a panel that someone made where Lucci, in the Zoro Lucci fight, Lucci's head is cut off. And it like that's the end of the fight.
Why would you guys do this, man?
Yeah, and so in the comments section of a bunch of multiple shorts, there's people who said, yeah, the anime censored the manga. In the manga, Lucci's head is cut off. And I'm like, what? And then people are responding. It's viral. And I'm like, this is why this is the problem.
Guys,
this is so bad. And I'm like, that doesn't even, how do you, so you guys just think that Zoro killed Lucci and the manga has a decapitated Lucci on screen? Like, what do you think we're reading? And it's crazy that people believed it. And I'm like, and that was like one of the times where I actually read a lot of the comments to be like, no, surely nobody says, no guys, this doesn't happen in the manga. And I don't know. It's like,
to be
baffled.
fair, we've had like the Whitebeard thing where it's like, oh yeah, Whitebeard, half of his face got melted by Kainu, and that did get censored by the anime. So I could see why people believe it. It's not like the craziest thing. It's just
one of the shorts showed the panel. That's where I found it. I was like, what?
It showed like a fake panel of it.
Yeah.
Oh, smart. Yeah, get him.
Yeah, and it's like really good. It looks legitimate.
Dude,
it's the
AI
same thing as that
crazy.
time. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that one was made by an artist because it had like insane line work. It looked like a sketch, like one, those unfinished panels. But it was crazy because like it reminded me of the Mihawk one where the one where people said that Mihawk's butter knife cut Zoro's eye or whatever, and there's like a fake panel for that.
Yeah.
And so that one I dispelled in one of my shorts, and but the Lucci one, I'm just like, guys, he's gonna come back, and then people are gonna be like, wait, I thought in the manga his head got lopped off. That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't wait to get those comments where I'm like, hey guys, I think Lucci's gonna be the next cover page story, and be like, Sai, the dead guy? Fuck, dude, man, what are we doing, y'all? Come on.
Yeah, it's a wild one.
It's gonna be a bad day.
It's a wild one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that happened with like Loki's devil fruit. So when the spoilers came out, people were saying, oh yeah, by the way, Ratatoskr is a thing, but the spoilers didn't like distinguish that it was Ragnar ASAP. It was kind of like inferred. Yeah. So a lot of people are like, oh my god, Loki has like the Ratatoskr devil fruit. So somebody made like a fake AI generated image of Loki with the Ratatoskr fruit, and they're like, "Holy shit! Look at this panel!" And I'd say, "All right, guys, guys, it's not real."
That's a fun one.
It is a fun one, but it's like, yo, guys, please don't fall for this, man. Come on.
Oh, I remember now. Okay, yeah. Okay, back then, yeah. I'm like, when would this be a thing? And then it's before when he's like in the throne room, like probably during one of the spoilers. Got it. Interesting.
Yeah. So we move on with the chapter now, and we got good old Saint Sommers coming out, dropping the Elbaf ship onto Rainbow Port. Giant Svar, mind you, like this is a big ship, and Sommers easily just heave-hoed it. And now We got Super Sommers in action. Pretty cool stuff. If this was a Dragon Ball Z fighting game, this would be a brand new character. Just Super Sommers, just leveled up.
Yeah, this would be a variation like that you could choose, like Gogeta. And we're gonna get to his other lines a little bit later, but this Sommers, the way he was speaking, at least in the TCB, which I'm curious to see what the Viz does with him, it did feel like a different character. It felt like he was locked in. This is like I was excited. I'm not gonna even lie. Like I was expecting things again, and that's a dangerous place to be with the Holy Knights.
Expecting things is so funny.
Yeah, he's locked in. He's doing it. He put a timestamp on the mission, and I'm like, okay, he's doing things. He didn't miss the ship. He found it. Although, like, I will say the way he flew, I mean, I don't know if that made the most sense. If it made sense to like jump upright, like he should have went horizontal. But it's fine. It's fine. He was probably like looking up, getting an aerial view, looking for ships, and he's like, God damn, I gotta go down. But yeah, very, very, very exciting potential for Super Sommers.
Yeah. And we cut on over now to the pub at the Western Village, and we see Giant Chopper. Well, not super giant, but he's bigger than normal. He is fixing Garrett's fingers, stitching them back together. And this is a point of contention. Some people do not like that Garrett is getting her fingers back. How do you feel about it?
This is the first thing I said when I saw those fingers cut off was like, oh, they're just gonna be put back on immediately. Like, yeah, it was scary or like from Emu, but it was just one of those things where it's like super easy cut. Chopper's here, and if it's not Chopper, it's Lilith. Like I wasn't surprised. I think the main thing I was surprised by was it Stanson? Do we know about Stanson actually? I forget if Stanson's leg. Yeah, we didn't get Stanson thing, right? That's what I was like, huh? But
yeah, I don't believe so.
Might be. Yeah, so that's where I was like, I didn't say it on my thing, but when I was reading, I was like, did we skip over Stanson? What about his leg? And that should be fixable too, albeit harder. But the other thing was like, oh, it'll take months to recover. I'm like, yeah, months. I keep saying that.
Yeah, keep saying that. It's like Loki, right? Oh, Loki, it'll take years, decades for you to heal. Say, all right, cool.
Yeah. So we're probably gonna get Gerd in action in a few chapters, and it's like, oh yeah, months. That's what I said, But
Gerd, you're pushing yourself to your limits.
Yeah. And then this is the panel also where the sizing is like straight up. Chopper is massive on that table. He's the size of Colin's head. And it just makes no sense. He's not that big. But apparently he is. Hiredin also got shrunk down for the scene because he should be way bigger. But it is what it is. Yeah, So
I'm
yeah,
cool with
he doesn't.
It happens.
Oda has to do that in order to make the framing to fit all the. Otherwise, he has to make this scene 3 different panels. So he has to inconsistently size them for certain scenes like this, and it's like this makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But yeah. And then there's Roto. Roto obviously interesting. I did not know that. What does he say here? My precious has chopped fingers. Am I dreaming? Is this what?
Huh?
Ultra rare Gerd. My precious has chopped fingers. Am I dreaming? Is this official?
What the hell am I reading?
Yeah, that's a what?
Okay, so TCB, he said, "Oh, Gerd, is this a dream? My top idol's fingers were severed. I humbly offer my fingers if you need a donor."
Yes.
And he says, "My precious has chopped fingers. Am I dreaming? Is this official?" Oh, yeah. I didn't realize he also says, "Is this official?" in Viz. Yeah, the flow of it in Viz is a little bit
It's
odd.
out of order.
It's out of order. So it seems strange.
Yeah, the "Am I dreaming" is so out of place because it's like, is this official? Is this a dream? My top idol's fingers were severed.
Yeah, why does it say, is this official in the Viz? Do you think it's Stephen Paul just flexing that he's the official translator? Do you think it's like a self-insert?
I don't know.
I am tall!
Yeah.
Okay, Stephen Paul. All right. Is this
I
official?
humbly
I
offer
guess.
my fingers if you need a donor.
If the "Am I dreaming" line was just put before, it would make more sense. But because it's after, it sounds like he's happy that like she got her fingers chopped. Odd.
Like is this a dream? Is his opportunity to hand over his fingers to his top idol? He's not like, but the way it's written here, my precious has chopped fingers. Am I dreaming? Is this official? Like that flow, that order of operations is kind of weird. I would give you all my fingers if I could. I like the "am I dreaming" part goes with that part, I assumed. So like he's like, oh my God, I have an opportunity to save my precious idol. But it sounds like he's like happy that her fingers, like it, in a way, yeah, that is what he's saying. He's like, oh my God, your fingers are chopped off. But like, yeah, it's kind of interesting. And then she says, don't, harsh. I am unworthy of the gift of your sharp tongue. But when I saw how you risked your life for your brother Bjorn, it made me think of a bit better of you. Roto squirts blood when he gets excited. What? Like that sounds weird too.
Huh? Wait.
Don't get too excited.
Yeah, Chopper in the Viz says, don't get too excited, Roto. You're making your wounds gush blood. But in Viz, Chopper says, Roto squirts blood when he gets excited. I don't know, man.
Like,
guys,
yeah. But...
Stephen Paul's working, man. He's working overtime on this one. We're getting to like John Weary levels, man.
Oh God, I'm high on Gerd Tasso. I have an excess of. I'm high on Gerd Tasso, makes sense. I have an excess of ultra rare Gerd, fine. But the Roto squirts blood when he gets excited almost sounds like an AI narration of what was being said. Because the way the TCB wrote it, don't get too excited. He's like speaking to him. Roto, stop. You're making your wounds gush blood. Like that's what he's saying. Versus here, it's like Chopper turns to the audience and goes, Roto squirts blood when he gets excited. It's like,
thanks, Chopper.
Yeah. Is he saying
it's
that
like
to
fourth
us?
wall breaking?
Yeah. God, there goes her respect. Oh, Bjorn. Oh, that line makes sense. I like that. That's an interesting one because Bjorn was saying, I was just starting to look up to you to Roto. But in here, he goes, there goes her respect, which that makes...
They both make sense. I do wonder which one is correct, though.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I like the Viz on that one, but like you said, they both make equal sense to me. Because one, it's like, oh, his little brother's trying to look at not like his role model. And then in this one, it's like has awareness of how to act with girls, and he's not like super otaku coded like Roto is. Very interesting.
Here, I do wonder which one is correct. I have the Japanese RAWs. I could just run it through AI real quick, to be honest.
Yeah, let's see which one it says.
Yeah, we'll see which one it says. It says, and I actually went and respected you. Or it could also mean, even though I finally gained respect for you, ...
So it sounds like the TCB was
yeah, it
more
sounds like the
lined up.
TCB. So it looks like, again, Stephen Paul catches the L here. Rest in peace, man. Damn,
As far
AI
as
kind of
the
whooped
current...
his ass. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because like you would think that I versus like her, there's a difference there, you know? So,
damn.
Interesting.
So, going on with the Viz official, Team Zolo.
Oh, Team Zolo.
Yeah, Team Zolo, port side of the Western Village. We see that Zolo is with Goldberg. I love how Zoro always needs like I was about to say a shepherd. That's not the right way to put it. But he needs somebody to like take him from spot to spot because he just get lost. And of course, he says, hey, your giant legs are just great, man. These strides are immaculate. So he brings up the
Yeah.
whole thing about how Emu's black flames transformed into steel bullets and bombs, which is very fascinating, right? We saw that for Emu's weapon. We all understood that. But as far as like the regular Omen flames, we thought that they were really just explosions. But nope, they were more so just bombs and
Yeah.
bullets, which is
Bullets.
very interesting. Yeah.
It really puts a new spin and meaning on God steel because it's almost like you get blessed with like literally steel. Like if you get the omen, then you get to create whatever weapon or thing of your choosing, I guess. Like we might see Sommers reach into the omen and pull out like an insane weapon coming out of it. And it's like that's God steel right there. And they have like a limitation on what omen can turn into. Um, Very interesting. I did not know that that's what it was like,
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah,
I mean, it is funny because, going back to when Zoro first got hit by Omen, people were like, oh, it looks like he just got shot. And it's like, well, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you're on the money. I do wonder if this is a hint towards Black Blades. We're at that point of the story where whenever something happens, I'm like, oh, like maybe this is a Black Blade hint. That's why Zoro sees this. Like, oh, Black Flames turning into regular weapons. Maybe I use this with my swords if he masters it or even gets it, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
would put a huge spin on how Ryuma forged this Shusui and how Mihawk got the Yoru. But like, yeah, if the Black Blades were forged out of Maki, that would be very interesting, right? Because then Ryuma would be very, very interesting. Shusui being forged out of Maki steel, that'd be kind of interesting. Or does that mean that like Ryuma was once a holy knight, you know? That'd be another
Or
interesting.
did he just have demon energy?
Yeah, yeah. Which I think that other people can have Maki, but I think there's a certain faction of people that believe that no, like the Maki's only from Emu, and Emu's giving it to, the Sommers and Killingham. So, I don't know. But when I think about characters like Ryuma, if I were to extend the thought of this, the Black Steel part to Mihawk and Ryuma, I could see a version where Ryuma just has Maki on his own. He's a sword god. So maybe he tapped into some demonic energy of his and created the sword himself. They did say he forged it, right? I think that's what Onimaru said, but which would be kind of interesting because if Shusui was a demonic sword, Wano would be very interesting because then that their national treasure is like a curse, like an actual curse blade. You know what I mean? Like all this time they're like, oh, it's Ryuma's greatest treasure, his sword. But meanwhile, it's like his darkest energy is in that sword. So maybe it was better not on the island. But who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. I think it would be nice to tackle like demonic energy for Zoro and Sanji because they, like we have talked about it before. Their upgrades are getting more and more demonic, right? Zoro's the king of hell. He has the whole thing where he has like the Ashura transformation or manifestation. Sanji, he goes from Diable Jambe to Ifrit Jambe. Both of those are demons. I mean, and we're getting what? Like red flames, blue flames, maybe black flames is next. It's very fascinating. It's just odd because they're with Nika. And Nika is the sun god, and Luffy's all about this white fire aesthetic. So it's like, wait, where do we go from here with these guys? Like, do they become more white or more black?
Yeah, yeah. I feel like they're gonna as soon as we got Maki, the first things I was saying is like Zoro and Sanji are the type of characters to also get it.
Yeah.
And maybe that's another venue where it's like maybe they don't need to have the conquerors that Luffy has and show it the way he does, and then instead they have Maki. And I do like the idea that that's how Mihawk bridges the gap, right? He has insane Maki, and like he's able to pull out Maki, but he doesn't have conquerors. So like conquerors is a different. That's like the captain stuff, but like, and we'll get all the leaders having conquerors. But certain characters like Zoro, Sanji, Mihawk, they all have insane Maki. Could make sense, you know.
Yeah.
Could also show that like you could be like on it like the dark side, but evil side, but you're not like inherently bad, you know. That'd be an interesting thing for Oda to show.
Yeah, and maybe the Maki you use when you forge a black blade is just different in general. Like it's not like the black Hagoromo. In fact, it's just like on your swords, like what Zoro did with what the King of Hell mode with the green flames. It doesn't have to like
Yeah,
mimic Imu's powers necessarily. It could just be like a variation of it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so we go on now, and we're back with our favorite characters. Killingham talks about how he just accidentally summoned something a little bit too crazy. Sommers immediately knows what it is. He's like, yo, you're a stupid idiot, man. That thing is terrifying for all of us. Tell me you can control it. And he says, it's a dream demon, so probably. What's done is done. We're running out of time. Where's Gunko? Killingham says that she looked dead. We know she's not dead. He says, well, whatever. The great emu's body isn't meant to be out in this world. That's a fact. But now, our key combat forces and the forces that must be erased are all here together. We must not disappoint the Great One. We must live up to expectations, Killingham. He says, of course. And there we go. What's your takeaway from this whole conversation? Good stuff?
Yeah, Sommers locked in. Like this is not. Remember the other Sommers before? He's just like trying to figure out ways he could blame Emu. Now he's straight up like competent. This is it. This is the Sommers that we wanted from the start. But it seemed like the way I said it on stream, I was like, bro, he's like it's like Omen is like a limitless pill. And then people are like, yo, he's on that. He finally took his ADHD meds and he's locked in. This guy is on, like 100 mg Vyvanse right now. This guy is on speed, cocaine. He's doing he's doing the Wall Street drugs right now. But yeah, we must live up to his expectations. The strength we need and the strength we ought to destroy are both right here. He's even speaking better too. But the weird thing, Killingham in the TCB says, I saw her on the way here. She looked dead. Versus Killingham in the Viz says, she's gotta be dead, man. That's kind of interesting.
Difference. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just want to give some pushback because a lot of people were saying like, oh, like, not a lot of people, sorry. I just feel like a lot of people, but it might not be a lot of people. Were saying that Emu gave Gunko the Omen too, which if she had the Omen, she'd be feeling like them. And I doubt it. I think what, last time me and I brought this up, it's like Gunko defected effectively. It may not have been as like that obvious, but in that split second moment where Gunko had the control of her body, she undid like everything. And that was probably enough defiance that Emu was like, all right, I'm done with you. You're no longer God Steel. It's just a question mark of like the mark. What does that mean for the contract? Did Emu take recoil damage from that? Because Emu took recoil from Herald. So like, why would this part be different, right? If Emu gave Gunko a contract, then killed them, doesn't Emu take... Is that where Emu's damage comes from? Like, did Emu take recoil for the price they paid for that? Or is it like return? Like, did Emu just like take the mark away? It's very interesting, but
yeah,
don't know which way or the other. But when I was first reading this, it's in the next part. It was the next panel, the rain. It's downpour out there. Once I saw that rain, because the TCB gave us the translator note of Zaza on the thing, I immediately... that was already enough to figure out what was going on. In terms of, I didn't know obviously what happened next in terms of that. I was just like, oh my God. And if you guys know, I ended my stream early because of the last video I posted. And this had my heart beating like Zaza, like straight up like thumping. I was like, because my brain, I was like, bro, are we getting like straight up like someone who's making it rain like this? And Rain God, I didn't think Rain God was going to be flat out said the way it was or any of this backstory, but the Zaza was so important. And it's crazy. It's crazy. Man, this is a favorite way of introducing a character. I like this, like the fact that Killingham, like they're showing like fear. They're like, you got to be an idiot. Like I'm afraid of this. They talked about this in a little way with Gunko. Gunko's afraid of Nika, and Killingham's afraid of Zaza. So interesting. I loved that this intro that we got to this entity. But yeah, the Viz did change the wording that we got in terms of like what Killingham says. So if you want to read that, then we'll get a better understanding.
Yeah, so we see that the kids get taken, and then Killingham says, "We were born in a place so high it's above all the rain clouds. Water coming down from the sky, it's a mysterious terror. After the people of Dianika, it was the most common boogeyman they warned us about. That in the lower world, there's a monster called the Rain God that dumps water on top of your head, appearing to the rhythm of the prayers of rain. It's Zaza Freaky."
It's Zaza Freaky. So
Yeah, I don't know
funny.
why he added in the freaky right there. Was the freaky there in other translations?
Yeah, it says, "Whoa, Zaza."
Frightening,
Now
yeah.
that's frightening. Yeah.
Okay.
But oh, it's Zaza
Oh,
Freaky.
freaky. It's like, oh, wait, what? Freaky.
How I would have translated it. But hey, we got Freaky Zaza here. What we're afraid of, God of Rain, Zaza. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Appearing to the rhythm of the prayers for rain. So that's interesting because the TCB said it appears with the rhythm of the rain dance versus appearing to the rhythm of the prayers for rain. So slightly different meanings, but yeah.
Yeah, slightly different meanings, but I think it's like very big too. Because it's like, when you hear dance and rain, it's like, oh, dance powder from Alabasta. I feel like that's like the main thing people go back to.
Yeah, dance powder. They had a war over it. Very interesting. They
And
didn't
it's outlaw
necessarily
too.
say. Yeah, yep. World government outlaws it. I also thought that like in the Zaza frame, you see Killingham in the sky. He he looks a little Nika coded with his like he has his giant staff and he's like in a horse and it's like a silhouette, a very small one. But it kind of made me think of the mural because the monster that's on the left side is in that kind of pose that Zaza's in on this page, whereas the hand on the sun and then there's the hand on the kids and then the other hand is above reaching over, and that's if you were to look at Zaza from the side it would look like the mural a little bit, and then if you were to look at the mural from the side then or this from the side then Killingham is in the spot that Nika would have been to that monster. But that was something I thought about when I saw the stream. But we didn't get to talk on stream because I ended early. What was your reaction to all of this?
Oh, I thought Zaza looked cool as hell, dude. We got a water woman
Yeah.
here. We got a fully sized ring, which, does mirror Emu's ring and Anel's ring. It is the god deity ring. I think that's just another point on the graph that says that Luffy's eventually going to get one of these bad boys too whenever he fully awakens. I'm looking forward to it. 4 arms is pretty interesting. I do wonder if she has legs or if it's simply just like a body, like a torso with a bunch of arms like the grafted scion or something.
Yeah.
And it kind of looks... I mean, I'm assuming the hair is blue. It kind of looks like a mixture of like Stussy, Nami, and Vivi, right? It's got like that one piece generic woman face to it, which I think is pretty dope. I just hope it's strong.
Yeah.
I am afraid because it's like, oh, well, this is also, Killingham's nightmare monster. So there's like a chance that it's kind of weakened or, I mean, it is nerfed. But hopefully it's not too nerfed to where it's like it's not a threat at all. Like, I want this to be something.
Yeah, that's where I don't think like I do think that they'll complete like Zaza will complete what's needed to. They have a 5-minute whatever thing, get them on the ship. I think that Zaza will be able to do that. But I think that once resistance comes, it's not going to be that different from a dream demon, maybe a stronger one. But the concern is not necessarily how strong the dream demon is. It's that they conjured up something that Killingham is afraid of.
Yeah.
So like if Killingham's afraid of it, maybe that's where the problem comes, where it's like it's out of control and it can't do what he needs. But the other part of it is I don't know if Zaza is going to be strong because of Zaza rather than like the Nika one, right? It might be that the other Dream Demons were weaker because at that time Killingham didn't have Omen. So maybe the Omen is why this one is particularly stronger than ever before.
Yeah.
And we do know that to a certain extent. It's like you can use your Devil Fruit stronger than other times. Like there's been times where Law expands his room and that sacrifices his like lifespan or whatever it is. And it's like that pushes him to a limit, or he can't use it for a long enough time. We've been seeing Killingham use his Devil Fruit kind of limitlessly with no repercussions. He's like, oh yeah, they can respawn. There's multiple. They just and when they're down, they can just get back up. I just need to call them, like unlimited of them, and there's infinite range. Like there's no limitations. The main thing I would hope is that this Zaza is like taxing on him to conjure up. But I think in terms of how we put it down, I don't think it's going to be that crazy. And this goes into a theory that I want to get posted soon, is that I actually, and I don't know if a lot of people agree with me on this, because a lot of people are locked in on the visuals. I don't think that the visuals mean anything. And the reason why I say that is because it's Killingham's fear, not necessarily what Zaza is. And so it's kind of like with Nika, it's like they have a glorified version boogeyman of the story, but that might not be the truth of what is actually behind it, right? Like in the same vein as Elbaf, they were like, oh, he's a god of destruction, a god of laughter, a god of dancing, or whatever. But in general, they might have pictured a giant, right? If you asked a giant kid what Nika was and was scary, you make a giant Nika. And that's what we saw. We saw a giant Nika. But in reality is that Nika could be smaller. Nika's Luffy size. Luffy's not that big. And so with Zaza, I almost look at this as that this is Zaza, yes, and the stories are true, and their powers are probably going to be similar in the like, oh, Nika has a rubbery body, so does the Nika with the Dream Demon body. But here, it might be this is what Zaza is with Killingham's like frame of reference. And what I thought of, one of the main things is like Sharia, the celestial dragon. It might be that we get a thing where Killingham's like afraid of her. Like he's like uniquely like, oh, she's a scary person. And so like when he thinks of someone scary, he thinks of her. And that's why it looks like her with that like the veil over her eyes.
It does.
So like it could, and why would Zaza look like something that Killingham's never seen before, right? And so in that line, even in the Viz translation, they kind of emphasizes a little bit more than I think the TCB, but it says that in the lower world, there's a monster called the Rain God. Like that kind of tells you that Zaza is foreign to the Celestial Dragon. So why would it look anything familiar to them? And in any way, they're talking about a boogeyman. They're talking about something supernatural to them. So it shouldn't be something that's natural to them. So, I hope that I can get to that video. I did just anchor out with an hour-long video that includes why Zaza's sound effect is important. But the whole appearance side, I think that's another interesting line. There might be another way to look at this, but I do find the appearance of it very, very cool. I want to know the story. You know what I mean? I want the Zaza's Harley text, and then naturally it makes you think about the Earth God and Forest God. Like if Nika is a boogeyman and Zaza is a boogeyman, then is the Earth God and Forest God, are they not boogeymans? Or maybe they're heroes, maybe they're not the boogeyman. They're revered gods. Like it could be something like that. Like the Tooth Fairy. Maybe it's something like that,
Yeah, when it comes to like the visuals for Zaza, I think it's more so like this is generally what she looks like. I get the whole notion of like, oh yeah, Killingham doesn't know her, he only knows it from stories. I feel like Oda wouldn't blue ball us like that. I feel like it could be one of those things where like, yeah, like maybe Zaza does look a little bit different, but generally this is like the gist of it.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get that.
I think that's kind of where we're going.
I'd like that.
Maybe like,
Zaza being a big baddie?
Oh, yeah, I think she will be. I think Zaza, when we get her in the Void Century or current day, she's going to look 90% like this right here. You might alter the face, you might alter like the number of arms, but this is the gist of it. Obviously when it comes to like the Nika version, right? Nika didn't look like Nika, and that's simply because that's from the kid's imagination. I wonder if like we pulled it from Gunko's memories or Gunko's nightmares, if it would look like the original Nika. Like it is like actually 1-to-1. We don't know what these Shangara Knights know. Like the God Knights at every twist and turn, they know a decent amount. So if this is like, maybe like, the Celestial Dragons don't know Zaza like this, but Killingham and Sommers do, because they get like the special emu education.
Yeah, that's where I am. So I think I should make this video then, because the line that sticks to me, and I love the point about Gunko, right? If we were to take Gunko's thing, would it be closer to accurate, or maybe would it be further from the truth? And the reason why I say that is, remember, Sommers couldn't recognize Nika. He had no idea that Nika was standing right next to him. And that's very interesting because like you, I would like that Emu is telling them about what Joy Boy, what Nika looked like. But more and more we get it, they're obscured from the truth, so much so that Nika, like the Giants saw Nika, saw Luffy, and Yorul gave an explanation of it. It's like the white hair, the white clouds, and then Luffy goes, I forget what chapter that's in. It's like 1134 or something like that. Luffy goes like, oh, so that's why they think it's me, but I'm not him. And it also makes sense because the mural is there, and the mural has a picture. Without that mural, though, just from the Harley text, what description would they have of Nika? And would it be more varied if they didn't have that picture there? And we don't even know if the Giants recognize that as Nika. They've never really confirmed, but they have that description. And because they have that description, which is unique because Kuma didn't even have that description. Kuma literally told Bonnie, we don't know what he looks like. And so that's where I'm like, if that's the case, then maybe they don't know what Nika looks like in terms of Sommers, because Sommers literally said, wait, that's Nika? And it's very interesting because I would have, before that line, I would have thought that they would be most cognizant of who they're fighting, but it might be that they're fighting Mythos just as much as we're finding Mythos. And, it might be that like Zaza is in a similar boat as Nika. If the real Zaza was standing right next to Killingham, I don't know if Killingham would recognize it based off their description of it in the same light that Sommers couldn't recognize Nika, is what is how I'm looking at it.
Or it could be that Luffy looks so different from Nika because he's not fully awakened that Sommers just doesn't even know.
Yeah, that would be an interesting route too. That's where it's curious. I mean, it also depends on the perspective of the Holy Knights too, because it's like the Holy Knights kind of surprise us with how much they know or don't know.
I mean, but we talked about this too at the beginning when Gunko said that she was scared of Nika. We're like, okay, she's scared of Nika. Would she be scared of Luffy then? Or is it like because they're so detached, because they're so different, would she not really consider Luffy Nika at this point because he's not there?
Yeah. It's pretty interesting. I love the way that Oda introduced this concept. This is one of the best ways to give us more questions than answers. You know how Oda always does that? He answers something, but it's like so confusing that it's like not really an answer. But he gave us a visual. It was epic. He gave us like the storyline that they have like multiple boogeymen, which makes a lot of sense. Like the fear mongering kind of thing. Like that is like clowns, for not kids, but like the It movie, stuff like that. And yeah, so it's cool, interesting way to end this this chapter with that. Well, technically we didn't end yet, but
I mean, we're pretty much there, which one of my favorite things about this chapter, and I always love this, but when Zoro witnesses Zaza from afar, or not Oimo, goddamn, all these giants look the same, Goldberg, he's like, oh, that's not good, there's a commotion, should we go back? And Zoro sees Sanji, and he says, nope, it'll be good. I just love the trust that they have with each other, right? Like they see each other, they're passing, they're not I mean, they're friends, but they're also bickering a little bit. They're like, nope, the village is fine, don't worry about it. That damn cook can handle it. And then Sanji kind of says the same thing, like, yeah, right back at you, don't screw up. And I love that they both have the commonality too, where they both agree that this is Luffy and Usopp's island. Like, they love Elbaf, so they gotta protect it.
Yeah. So Zoro's running to what exactly?
He's going to Sommers. He's going to the Rainbow Port.
Okay. He's going to the port and he was running towards the port. Isn't the port right there? Like from the village?
So when we see Zoro running with Goldberg, we get an arrow pointing at him. The port is a little bit afar. It's like, here's the village, here's a forest, and then here's the port. So there's like a little bit of a walk, which is where Zoro's
and
at.
And Sanji just solo ran across the branch all the way to help with the kids. And that's where Killingham is. Killingham is with the kids right now.
Yeah.
So, and you know what's also... So, like, it was a little confusing because Sommers technically already with the kids. And that's what confused us because we were like, yo, where is he going? The kids are right here. But what they ended up, like, realizing is Sommers is better to go get the boat. And Killingham is better to go get the kids. And they optimized where they went, even without even speaking. And that's kind of like the Blackbeard method, you know, like pure optimized, high efficiency. And they did that, which was confusing because, again, Sommers was already at the village and he left, which brought Zoro away from them, which made that confusing. It's like, oh, Zoro doesn't care about the kids. But it's not that. It's that Zoro had left to go deal with Sommers. En route, that's when Zaza spawned with Killingham and Sanji is beelining all the way over. And yeah. It's like, it's perfect teamwork on the same end as the Sommers Killingham. Zoro and Sanji are like, all right, he's already over there. We don't need to turn around. So it is beautiful. Love to see it. But in reality, the other part of it is kind of what we were saying before, or I was saying a long time ago, is like that boat is so important. If Zoro's just there and just, if anything now, what Zoro should do, he should destroy the boat. Oh my God, this is like Egghead, but reverse. It's like Kaku has to try to destroy Thousand Sunny, but Zoro was, bodyguarding it, and there's no way for them to do it. It was like if they destroyed the ship, then the Straw Hats couldn't get off. This time it's reverse. If Zoro destroys the ship, the kids can't leave. But the thing is, Sommers is gonna body block. Zoro can't destroy a single ship.
Dude, imagine that. Sommers blocks Zoro's attack. That would be huge. That would be great for the Super Sommers agenda. I'm down.
Oh my God. Yeah, because the thing is, Sanji stopping Zaza and protecting the kids, there's stalling, there's getting the kids, there's many ways to do what you need to do, but he's also going to be fighting Killingham. It's a step down. Hey, get the job done right, same to you. I'm a little worried. I actually, we're on the MC side, but like, one can't fail and then the other doesn't. You know what I mean? Like if Sanji fails, then Zoro fails. Or no. Yeah, if Sanji fails and Zoro succeeds, then they win. But if Sanji succeeds, then Zoro can fail. But in reality, the way the story is going to go is they either both succeed or they both fail, right? Yeah. Like it's no way.
Pretty much.
There's no way. Like, you know how bad it would be if Sanji failed and then... Yeah, that doesn't even make sense. It would have to be Zoro fails, Sanji fails, the kids escape. They're both like, God damn, we lost to the Holy Knights. We let the kids go.
Yeah. I mean, even right now, like, the matchups are kind of funny because we always thought that Sommers was going to fight Sanji and Killingham was going to fight Zoro, but now it's swapped. And they're following their opponents, too. That's another big thing, right? They're following their lanes. So
yeah, true.
Yeah, Sanji.
Oh, I hate when
Zaza,
they don't do that.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's
sometimes
a nice
it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes, but if I'm the strong top laner and then my team keeps trying to go down my lane because their opponents are there, I'm like, stop it, get out of my lane. I'm strong. Like, just deal with
Stop stealing my farm,
bum ass top laner. Well, yeah, it's like I just destroyed the top. Go counter him. I'll take on your team, bro. It's like, follow
I mean, when it comes to this, Sanji, I don't think he's gonna fight Zaza at all. I think the Giants and Jinbei and everybody else is gonna fight Zaza, while Sanji just simply fights Killingham. Because if you beat Killingham, Zaza's gone. So that's probably the easiest way to do it. And then plus Zaza's a woman, so Sanji might have some qualms with that, even though it's like a dream nightmare monster. So I think Sanji is simply going to go after Killingham. Zaza will be dealt with some other way. It would be funny if Zaza made its way all the way to the boat. And then just like how Nika destroyed the first boat, Zaza destroys the second one.
Nah, there's no way. This is Super Killingham, Super Sommers.
True.
But that brings another point, is that maybe the fight doesn't end up 1v1v1. It's 2v2. And they converge.
I would love that. Like they meet in the middle somewhere.
Yeah. Or no, because like Zoro should be aiming for the boats. Zoro should be aiming for the boats so much that he should, after destroying this boat, if he can, which I honestly at this point I think the way the story's going is he can't destroy the boat. I think Sommers ends up defending it successfully. But in the hypothetical that Zoro destroys the boat, he should destroy the boat so much, though, that he drops down to Hell Realm and does what Saint Venus did on Egghead and round the island, destroying all of the boats. There should be no more boats on Elbaf. That's how hard he should go after the boats. That's how I've been saying that since when we were going up on the gondola up. I was like, bro, aim for the boats. And then Sommers destroyed the boat himself. And I'm like, okay, all right, never mind. But now it's like Zoro should look at omened up Super Sommers and be like, you know what? I don't need to fight him. I know I'm Zoro and I should be able to fight people. But, but you know what? I'm just going to aim for the boats. I know my spot. Objectives. That's what it is. Focus on the objectives. Hit the tower. It doesn't matter how many times you fight this guy. Hit the tower. And the ship is the tower. He needs to get the objectives. And that's where I'm worried. I don't know if he could hit the tower. I think that he might not be able to hit the tower, and that worries me a lot. It's like having a Yasuo that just feeds 0 and 10, but now that's Zoro? What? Crazy. Never would have thought it.
I think, like you said, they're either both going to win or they're both going to lose. If you had to pick one, though, what would you want?
Lose.
Same. I want them both to lose.
I don't want them to lose. They're going to lose.
I think so. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite. I think they're going to win, but I want them to lose.
I just feel like because the time limit's there, like the losing thing is okay. If we're talking about fighting them outright, yeah, I think that losing, they have Omen. There's no reason. Hey, listen, I would have liked it if Saturn pummeled the Straw Hats. When he climbed up to the cloud and you saw Chopper, Robin, Nami, if they were battered and bruised, maybe lost a leg even, that would have made sense. And got poisoned, all the times that Chopper, it's like, shit, I shouldn't have tanked that. It's like, yeah, you shouldn't have. And it's like, am I scared to have the Straw Hats be damaged? No. Like, I feel like this is a point where omened up Sommers should not be losing. And it's like, hey, if you swapped out Zoro with Kaido, then we're having a different conversation. But Zoro's not Kaido. You know what I mean? Like, Zoro is someone who
I don't know.
has
People
room
were
to
saying
grow.
that Omen Sommers is stronger than Kaido, and I can kind of see it now.
He feels scary. I'm not going to say stronger than Kaido, but what my point is with Zoro is he has room to grow. He has room for Conqueror's Haki. He has room for Maki. And if he wins here, what's the point of either? You know what I mean? It's like, so he could win easier? Like, is that what it is? I don't think that's the way I want it to be. I think that they lose and they're pissed off. And that when it comes to the kids, they're going to never let themselves forgive themselves for letting these kids go. And when the kids get saved eventually, it'll be Zoro and Sanji. And Zoro and Sanji will be like, no, like when they come up and drawing the plan of the mission of like, here's number 2 combatant, here's number 3 combatant. I could even see Zoro and Sanji turn that down so that they save the kids first. They're like, no, we need to reclaim our honor. We lost it together. and then they go after the kids first. You know, like when it comes to the raid on Mare Joie, it's gonna be Zoro and Sanji saving the kids. And if they don't, then I don't know if they'll live with themselves afterwards. It might be they unlock Maki because they lose the kids, you know?
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I wouldn't mind if we lost here. We lose the kids, or maybe we lose Vivi, which is still like an unknown factor, right? Imu wants Vivi. We don't know where she's at. Maybe she shows up here and they take her. I think there's a lot of ways to spin this. But I think losing is just the more entertaining route, 100%.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't. The winning side just doesn't make too. Like what? They get Omen, they still suck. Like.
I mean, the problem is that, like, when they had no Omen, they were off-screened, essentially. They were one shot. Like, Sommers was dealt in very quickly. Killing him, we didn't even see. I think that's the problem. If we saw them fight Zoro and Sanji initially, and it doesn't have to be close, but, like, let's say they fought a little bit, they do, like, 10% damage to Sanji and Zoro, it's like, oh, like, they're not that strong. But now it's like, now that they have Omen, yeah, they are Zoro Sanji level, they might be even stronger, but it's because we have such a negative reception of them already, like, literally negative reception because they're off-screened. It's like, yeah, like, I think a lot of people do lean towards Zoro and Sanji winning.
With killing him, he got off-screen and he got roasted. Sanji was like, bro, they're so weak. And Frankie is like, yeah, but we're Yonko crew now. You know, that conversation was more damaging than him losing, in my opinion. Because if he just lost and it was off screen, that's fine. But Sanji went and sat there and contemplated. He was like, are they the guardians of the Mare Joie? And Jinbei is like, wait, hold on. There's still one that hasn't been touched.
We're Yonko crew.
Yeah, that conversation did more damage than getting off screened. And that's where, like, Blackbeard has, you know, we've not gotten a conversation about Blackbeard's fight. You know, imagine the Bonaro Island people being like, that Ace and Blackbeard fight, that Blackbeard's hella strong. He reminds me of a young Whitebeard. We've never gotten, like, you know, a review, a Google review of of Blackbeard, the off-screen king. With Rocks, we got a lot of it off-screened, but we had Harold to balance it out, right? But with Killingham, we did get it on screen. And Sommers, it was the embarrassing part that we got on screen. So with them, it's kind of the disparity there, but that's where Omen comes in. Omen is so insane. But the thing is, there is like an inkling of hope of like they have to learn through the fight, because that's what Zoro's out here juggling Maki bullets like it's like he's about to do something, you know? And I think that for me, the flow of the story is weird if they outright win. So it's like, is it a struggle win? But the problem is that there's a time limit. They don't have a lot of time to learn. And the time limit is on Emu's side, but also Sommers is confident now. And the thing is that confidence is not, like, it's confidence and he's also like locked in. So it's like it's not like he hasn't fought Zoro and gang before. He's seen them. So him confidently saying that, and he's in the state that he's in right now, maybe that 5 minutes is doable. But the 5 minutes seems like that's Emu's time limit on Omen, maybe. So it's like, and he kind of says that too. He's like, Emu's not meant to be here for that long. So if they're doing it for Emu, I feel like they win. I feel like that's the flow of the story. I feel like Zoro and Sanji, maybe they lose, but it's not like they're death losing. But that's where it's interesting. Like, we do have it in the story. Luffy loses to Kaido 3 times, right? Like, and then wins. And it's like, he needed that. He needed to get clocked like all those times to be able to win. And maybe Zoro and Sanji, they need to lose too, right? Sanji literally was underestimating the enemy. It to the point where he probably can't even fathom Killingham getting that much stronger. You know, after their last fight, he just dealt with him so easily. And he's like, what is this Omen
I don't know.
business?
But then again, Sanji's like the one guy kind of give them kudos. Like, yo, like something, this isn't right. Sanji was the one guy who was theorizing about it. So I have faith. I got faith too, brother.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
So last things last, when do you think we'll meet the other gods? Do you think we'll meet the other gods here in Elbaf? Like, visually, or we just get, like, names behind it. Like, oh, the Earth God, you mean Yamamoto? Oh, the
Hmm.
forest god. You mean Chef Dijon from Gourmet Island? Like, when do you think we'll see or hear about the next couple of gods?
Hmm. I don't know. I actually don't think anytime soon, but I think next time we see the Holy Knights, like not this round, maybe next round, because it
Okay.
seems like the proximity to the Celestial Dragons is also proximity to like the legends of the stories that we've been hearing, just like the flip side of them. Like, what is their story of Nika? What is their story? Like, we got sort of their story of Zaza, but like their story of Zaza is just rain. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that scary to like anybody on the in the lower realms. Like, these motherfuckers are scared of clouds. Like,
It
you
is
hear
pretty
this
bad.
guy? Yeah, it's so I feel like the next round of Holy Knights is when we get it. Not like necessarily new Holy Knights. It's just like this is Elbaf, and then the next part, and it might play a role in that Zaza might be like another Elbaf thing, but like maybe it's not. Maybe it's not Elbaf related because Nika is Elbaf related, Legend of Elbaf, but Zaza we don't necessarily know. They have not mentioned anything related to Elbaf yet, besides them being giant like appearing giant, but the Dream Demons were already big, so we don't necessarily know if that's a Killingham special or story like special, or that actually is Zaza's size or whatever. So yeah, I'd like to, unless the other ones are also Elbathian, I don't think so.
Okay.
Is what I
Fair enough.
think.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like when we hit Lodestar, we'll meet one more. And then
Ooh,
final, we'll see the other one.
yeah, yeah.
I feel
That
like
sounds good.
each island we meet a new we meet a new god, which sounds super goofy, but I mean, hey, it
It's
be
kind of
like
how it's
that,
been going.
brother. Yeah, that's how it's
Egghead
been going.
Nika. Yeah,
Here we got
yeah.
Zaza, and I mean, technically we got the War God as well. You know,
Mhm.
War
Yeah,
God
that's
is a
true.
brand new one, so keep on adding them. And then plus we still need to see like a sea god as well. The Harley text mentioned a sea god. It could be the same thing as the rain god, but the names are just different. So we'll see about that as well. So yeah, a lot of good stuff here. Let us know your guys' thoughts on all of this down below, and we will catch you guys later. Make sure to check out Parvision over on his YouTube channel. He's posting pretty much like weekly, daily now. Like, it's kind of insane. You went from like
Yeah,
not being here for like 5 years to just coming back with the force. So, guys, make sure to show Par some love on his channel. Latest video, he dropped a
appreciate it.
theory video on footsteps and sounds, hour long. Good stuff. I saw it was kind of taken off. Kudos to you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, shout outs, all support. Thank you for a lot of people coming from the comments from the podcast and stuff like that. It's very kind stuff. Love that the people that listen to us ramble on for 4 hours came through on a video where I ramble on for an hour about
Yeah,
an SBS. So
how it
appreciate it
is.
so much, guys.
But yeah, we'll catch you all later. Peace out and stay safe, brothers.